This is Nightline.
Tonight, the so-called Ketamine Queen pleading guilty to selling Friends star Matthew Perry the drug that killed him, the possible sentence she now faces. Plus, survivors of convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein on Capitol Hill.
It's time you do is right by us. Unseal all the documents.
The ABC interview with the woman known as Minor Victim 1, speaking out for the first time.
He forced me to have sex with him, basically.
Sharing their stories of what they say was rampant abuse, demanding the release of the files.
I was only 14 years old.
Turning up the pressure.
President Trump, you have so much influence and power in this situation. Please use that influence and power to help us.
What the president is saying tonight. And Grand Theft Labubu, the must-have dolls worn by celebs everywhere, even Naomi Osaka at the U.S. Open. The trendy plush dolls creating crazes.
I think I own like maybe 20, and my boyfriend owns like probably like 25.
And a South Park send-up.
Tell her to stop saying my Labubus are knockoffs!
What is a Labubu?
Amping up the incentive for counterfeiters and thieves. What you need to know. Plus, Lady Gaga's The Dead Dance. The superstar's new video dropped heralding her on-point guest spot in Wednesday. The Tim Burton of it all. And a surprising announcement from the singer tonight, moments before showtime.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, after denying her role in the shocking overdose death of beloved Friends actor Matthew Perry, the drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, today pleading guilty. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Tonight, the woman prosecutors dubbed the Ketamine Queen pleading guilty to selling the fatal dose of ketamine to actor Matthew Perry nearly 2 years ago. According to court documents, Jasveen Sangha sold Perry 25 vials of ketamine through a friend. More than a week later, 25 more vials followed in exchange for cash. Included with the order, ketamine lollipops as an add-on. The Friends star had been candid about his lifelong struggles with addiction, opening up to our Diane Sawyer a year before his death.
You say, addiction, the big terrible thing, is far too powerful for anyone to defeat alone. But together, one day at a time, we can beat it down.
Yeah. Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone.
Perry found unresponsive at his Los Angeles home in October of 2023. The autopsy report says he died from the acute effects of ketamine. And today, Sangha's lawyer maintaining she never met Perry, but accepts responsibility.
She feels horrible, and she's felt horrible since day one.
Sangha is the last of the 5 charged in Perry's death to plead guilty. She faces a maximum of 65 years in prison in Perry's death, but also for her role in a separate fatal overdose that happened in 2019.
Our thanks to Kana. We turn now to the growing demand for the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Today, survivors of the convicted pedophile front and center on Capitol Hill, and then sitting down with ABC's Linsey Davis.
I think with Jeffrey Epstein, it starts somewhere, but then it ends with either you having sex with him, whether you like it or not.
Until today, she's been known as Minor Victim 1, the key witness who led to Jeffrey Epstein's arrest in 2019. Now Marina Lacerda is speaking out publicly for the first time.
But you were 14. I didn't go in there thinking that it was going to end up like this.
She says her abuse at the hands of Epstein lasted 3 years and started when she was just a teenager.
Tell us about the first day you walk into his house.
He had a pretty, nice house. He had a whole library, based on, I would say Beauty and the Beast, this is insane, I mean, I'm a Astoria girl, I'm a Queens girl. When I got there, I waited in the office room, or I guess it would be called the living room, where he had all the pictures with, all these elite people, and then it really progressed to something that is very shameful to say.
Her cooperation with the FBI was key to the disgraced financier's arrest. Now 37, Marina says the relentless stream of headlines triggers her PTSD, each new wave of coverage reopening old wounds.
I think a lot of the victims don't want to see it in the news every day. We are tired of it. We are trying to heal. We are trying to heal at peace, and we cannot do that because it is literally everywhere.
Today, some of the survivors and family members spoke out on Capitol Hill to ensure the spotlight continues to focus on the wrongs that happened to them.
This is about doing what's right. And this is about ensuring that the future we leave behind isn't one where the powerful can hide behind their wealth, their influence, and their money to evade justice.
Calling on Congress to compel the Justice Department to release all the Epstein files once and for all.
It's time you do what's right by us. Unseal all the documents.
President Trump, you have so much influence and power in this situation. Please use that influence and power to help us.
Also present at that podium, Marina.
Today is the first time that I ever speak publicly about what happened to me. I never thought that I would find myself here.
Just a dozen blocks away, when asked about the survivors' calls to get the files released, the president lashed out.
But from what I understand, thousands of pages of documents have been given, but it's really a Democrat hoax.
I cordially invite you to the Capitol to meet me in person so you can understand this is not a hoax. We are real human beings. This is real trauma.
Epstein was charged with conspiracy and child sex trafficking in 2019. He died by suicide while awaiting his trial in jail. Despite official findings, his death sparked numerous conspiracy theories that continue today.
Questions growing this morning surrounding the death of accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
While running for president, Donald Trump addressed the controversy around his former friend on Fox and Friends.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
Once in office, his Attorney General Pam Bondi announced plans to publish a client list in an interview with Fox News.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
But what was released 6 days later in Phase 1 contained no new details. Months later in May, Bondi reportedly told President Trump his name was found in the Epstein files, along with other high-profile individuals, according to the Wall Street Journal. But being mentioned in the files is no indication of wrongdoing. By July, the DOJ released a memo saying it found no evidence of a client list and that no additional files would be made public. The president deferring to the DOJ and said he thought the case should be closed.
Are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Once again, the lack of new information sparked outrage.
Release the Epstein files, am I right?
Yeah. The fact that the U.S. government, the one that I voted for, refused to take my question seriously and instead said, case closed, shut up, conspiracy theorist, was too much for me.
Amid calls for answers, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche met with Epstein's close confidant, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was convicted in 2021 for her role in Epstein's crimes.
I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
After the meeting, in an extraordinary move, Maxwell was transferred to a minimum security prison in Texas.
Do you think that the Epstein files should be released to the public?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why are we glorifying this pedophile, this creep, you know? And then we're also glorifying and giving a platform to Maxwell. Why are we giving her a chance to speak?
6 other survivors who spoke with us alongside Marina also shared their frustration.
By show of hands, who's satisfied at this point, up to this day, with the current administration's reaction to the Epstein case? No one is satisfied. What would bring about satisfaction?
Transparency, full transparency.
The continued focus on Epstein has become a thorn in the side of the Trump administration, but it's hard for the survivors to constantly relive. For Marina, she says her introduction to Epstein began in 2002 when a friend brought her to meet him to give him a massage.
My girlfriend was like, listen, don't worry, he's really cool. We're gonna go upstairs, give him a massage. He's gonna give us $300 each and we'll be out of here.
As a young immigrant from Brazil, she says her family struggled.
Coming already from a broken house where I needed to support my sister and my mother because somehow that became my job.
She quickly found herself in a network of young girls in Astoria, Queens, recruited to give Epstein massages, similar to what prosecutors say he did in Palm Beach, Florida.
It started off with taking your shirt off and then, pinching him. He liked to get his nipples, pinched.
Court documents say Marina engaged in sex acts with Epstein at his residence in Manhattan, New York, and afterwards was provided with hundreds of dollars in cash for each encounter.
He would see me, I'd say 2-3 times a week in the beginning. He had he forced me to have sex with him. If he was in New York, he had his week prepped to see as many girls as possible. I would say he was seeing about 5 to maybe 8 women, maybe even more, maybe up to 10 women a day. As it came to a point when I was, I'd say 16 and a half or 17, he didn't want me anymore. He was just like, you're too old.
In the days before traveling to Capitol Hill, Marina finally shared her story with her 12-year-old daughter.
I had to tell her because I'm out here speaking, but she's so little and so naive. She's like, she's like, Mom, you're such a badass.
One prominent survivor of Epstein's abuse, not able to speak today, Virginia Giuffre, who died by suicide earlier this year. Her civil lawsuits brought renewed scrutiny to Epstein, Maxwell, and British Prince Andrew, who denied all allegations against him and settled the lawsuit against him without admitting liability.
The main purpose is to continue speaking for Virginia. Because she is not here with us today, I think we should all even be stronger at this point to speak. We can't just be silenced, So I think it's important for everyone to speak.
Our thanks to Linsey. We will, of course, continue to follow the story on all ABC platforms. Up next, the wild world of Labubu, inspiring some collectors to spend big bucks and some thieves to make big heists. Welcome back. Labubus have become the darlings of TikTokers, influencers, and even celebrities. But the just-wrapped Labubu summer is showing some troubling signs of becoming a Labubu heist fall. Here's Nightline's Ashin Singh.
For the past week at the U.S. Open, this tennis icon's play and style has drawn applause.
This is my day Labubu. We decided he's a he.
With these custom-made bedazzled dolls named Billie Jean Bling, Labubu, and Arthur Flash, after tennis legends. Grand Slam champ Naomi Osaka is all in on 2025's hottest trend, Labubus. Osaka spotted with her 5th Labubu on the court in her quarterfinals match tonight. Celebrities at the tournament also sporting the newest must-have accessory.
Oh my God!
Like movie star Elizabeth Banks, who brought her Labubu to the blue carpet. La Bling Blings, made to look just like Naomi Osaka's, sold online starting at $495.
Tell her to stop saying my Labubus are knockoffs!
What is a Labubu?
Comedy Central's South Park parodying the fake Labubu controversy on the newest episode. What's real and what's not? In a dark turn from fun this summer, when Labubu Mania first hit, Labubu alarm bells are now going off everywhere. The popularity of the dolls has come with a price. In Seattle, Customs and Border Protection seizing more than 11,000 fake Labubus worth more than $500,000. CBP posting fake Labubus are not welcome in America. Some Labubu fans have aptly named fakes Lafufus.
This is not bad for $8, actually.
These fakes are usually made with lower quality material and don't have the same features or look as the real deal.
This guy was my very first Labubu.
We're hearing from a store owner after a group of thieves ransacked her resale shop, taking thousands of dollars in Labubu dolls.
Real Labubus, those fuzzy little dolls that have become the must-have item, are so in demand now that they're a big target for thieves. Masked robbers ransacking this retail store in La Puente, California. The register, untouched, but the toys, stolen. It's no wonder Pop Mart saying there's been an incredible surge in demand, with Labubu becoming one of the several standout characters. One unique doll fetching $150K at a Beijing auction.
This morning, we woke up to some heartbreaking news.
In June, an Orange County makeup shack was targeted by burglars who police said were looking for Labubus. And in Upland, California, police recovering merchandise from a separate robbery.
Chino police say that they recovered $30,000 worth of the highly sought-after figurines that were stolen from a warehouse.
Content creators posting social media tips on how to protect the precious creatures.
I keep all of my bag charms on this little locking carabiner thing that I got.
Someone strategically removed my Labubu from my bag.
When I realized she was stealing my Labubu.
Still, Labubu popularity is showing no sign of slowing down. According to Pop Mart, new releases sell out instantly, like the mini Labubus and furrier Labubu series. These might look like lines for Beyonce, but they're for Labubu dolls. And earlier this summer, this toy took over the world.
Peach, it's still really cute.
So cute.
Celebrities showing off on social media, from Bethany Frankel.
I went from thinking this is the most stupid thing that I've ever seen to thinking it's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen.
To actress Emma Roberts.
I love her.
Sarah Jessica Parker, learning about them on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Are these like dolls? They look like Cupid dolls.
With all the hype for these toothy plush accessories, it was a Labubu summer.
It's actually insane. People would do anything for Labubus.
Superfans saying they spent big bucks to grow incredible collections. These dolls unlocking an obsession.
She's my ride or die, she's always with me.
23-year-old vlogger Kevin Young has the Labubu dolls of his dreams. The dolls retail for about $30 each.
This one right here.
This past year, Kevin says he spent more than $1,000 growing the collection. The dolls, often sold in blind boxes.
Rip.
You don't know which Labubu you'll get. Driving fans to buy more in hopes of unboxing a rare one and powering profits for Pop Mart.
Having just a little part of my life where I can just sit down, open a blind box, or look at my toys and be happy about it. It's super nice and really good to not overthink about life.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, Lady Gaga's surprising announcement just before showtime in Miami, and the famous director behind her new video for The Dead Dance. And finally tonight, a news trifecta from Lady Gaga. The surprise announcement just before showtime, the superstar's concert canceled in Miami tonight, citing vocal strain and posting an apology on Instagram. Hours before, thrilling fans by dropping a spooky video for The Dead Dance, directed by the legendary Tim Burton. Lady Gaga also making a guest appearance on one of tonight's Burton-directed episodes of Wednesday. That's Nightline. See you right back here tomorrow, same time. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.